Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Introduction to Communication course. This is Ms. Fatma Al-Balushi, and here I'm gonna explain for you the week 3, which is about interviewing and questioning. In this video, you will be able to understand or to differentiate between the types of interviews and the types of questions as well. Maybe for some of you are wondering, why do we need to talk about interviews and questions in Introduction to Communication course? Well, you need to know the degree of freedom the other parties of communication are giving you in order to make the communication successful and effective. And you can have or you can know all these things through understanding the types of interview, the types of a question, and how you should answer the question, as I said, in order to make the communication more active, effective, and successful as well. So let's start first talking about the types of questions. As you see in this slide, we have 12, let me press this one, we have 12 types of questions. We have open and closed question, we have factual opinion questions, we have neutral and biased questions, primary and secondary, direct, indirect, hypothetical, and the last one we have the leading a question. Today I will explain each type individually or separately so that you will be able to understand what do we mean, for example, by open question, and I'm gonna give you an example for each type of these questions. Let's start first with the first type, which is open versus closed a question. If you want to understand the differences between an open and closed question, you need to focus at the end of the question. Okay? The open question, you will feel like the person who is asking you the question is giving you more freedom, is allowing you to answer in your own way, to answer by providing lots of details. You can give as much information as you want, so you have the freedom. And this is the example. How do you see your future? Here you have the whole right and the whole freedom to answer in your own way, to give as much details as you want, so you have the freedom. We are not restricting you, or the person who is asking the question is not restricting you. The closed question, here we have the restriction. He is restricting your freedom of answer, which is mean. When you will feel like the question asking you to answer in a short answer, or providing answers like yes or no, for example, then you should immediately understand that this is a closed question. Are you feeling better today? Here you have to say yes or no. Yes, I am, or no, I am not. Okay? So I am restricting a freedom. You are answering in short answer. You are giving less details, less information. Okay? So we call it closed a question. There is a note or things I want you to understand, which is you need to answer to the degree of freedom if you want to make the communication effective. Okay? You need to answer according to the length that the other person is allowing you to have. So let's move to talk about the third and fourth types of question: factual versus opinion a question. The factual question, this person is asking you about something happened. He is asking you about facts. Check this example. How did you come to college today? The fact is, you came to college. You are in the college at the time that the person is asking you this question. So this is a fact. This is something happened. Opinion question, the person wants to understand your point of view, wants to know how you think about particular things, your view. Okay? This is the example. What is the best way to come to college? Here I'm asking you about the perfect or the best way for you to come to college. You might say is the bus, using your own car, by walking or by anything. So here you are providing your point of view. But in this one, no. He is asking you about the exactly way you used to come to college. And it happened. Let's move now to talk about the fifth and the sixth type of a question. We have a neutral and biased question. A neutral, it allows you to answer in your own way, okay, in the way that you like. No one is forcing you, no one is showing you the answer in the question. For example, this is the example: what might people do after college to increase their chances of success? Now you can provide the information you want. It's like or similar to open a question. What do you think, the ways that people should follow or should do if they want to rise their income, for example, or if they want to be successful people, for example? The biased question is the opposite. This type of a question, they told you the answer in the question. They are showing you the way they want you to answer the question. Example: starting on business is the best way to increase the chance of success after college, isn't it? So I give you the answer that I want. I give you the question and I give you the way how you should answer the question, but it is not clear. I didn't show it or I didn't make it clear how you should answer the question. Here I told you, isn't it? I want you to agree with me that starting on business is the best way if I want to increase my chance of success. Now, in this, for biased question, if you answered a different answer that I give to you, you need what? You need to give me an explanation. You should explain it more and more. Maybe for some of you, you will say like, no, it is not. I think completing, for example, my MA or my PhD is the best way to be a successful person in this life, for example, or after college, or for example, getting married for some of you. So I will give explanation if my answer was unexpected, if I answered if I give information or answer different from the one that I provided in this question. Okay, so this is, as I said, the fifth and the sixth type of a question. Let's move to the seventh and the eighth type of a question, which are primary versus secondary a question. A primary, it means or it comes at the first. It introduce a topic. It give you more information or a new information about a particular topic. For example, uh, what are you studying at university? So immediately we'll understand that the topic, it's all about studying, it's all about a student as well. So there's a new area within a topic here. For the secondary, it give me or it clarifies for me the primary question. It support the primary question. If I didn't understand the question from the first time, I will ask another question to make the primary question more clear. It helped me what? It helped me or to make the primary question more clear and more understandable and make it more accurate as well. If I have someone, for example, to make an interview with and I am asking him a primary question, he didn't understand it or she didn't understand it, I'm gonna ask her secondary question to make sure that they are in the right line, they are answering the question that about the topic that I introduced to them. This is the example: what are your favorite subject at university? So here I ask, what are you studying at university? And this is the secondary question: what are your favorite subjects at university? Let's move to talk about the direct and indirect type of a question. For the direct question, it's straightforward, okay? It's direct. It's clear. I don't need more explanation. It's allowed me to answer in a clear way, short way. As you see here, it's often a closed question. This is the example. Do you understand? Or did you understand? So here it's a clear, direct. You don't need an explanation, for example, or you don't need a support, a question to make it clear. What do I mean by this a question? Do you understand? You are gonna say yes, I did. No, I didn't, for example. So it is direct and clear. Indirect question, it goes into more depth. How they will ask you question in a more implicit way, which means in more indirect way, in more ambiguous way. Okay, they will not ask you a clear a question. This is the example. Suppose you had to teach me this topic. What areas would you highlight? Now throw, or when you are gonna answer me this question, I will immediately understand what are the parts you did understand it and what are the parts you didn't. I didn't ask you, do you understand or not? I asked you a question which is in a clear way to understand where you focused, where you understand the topic, where you understand, for example, the lecture, where are the areas you didn't understand it from the lecture. So this is the indirect. We have also hypothetical question. Hypothetical question, you will have if. It's always have if, what if, okay, or the word if. Here they also want to understand your ways of thinking. Okay, I want to what? I want to have a lot of information from you. I want to understand how you will respond about situation, okay, about certain situation. So okay, here is the example. What would you do if you won 10,000 Omani riyal? The fact here, you didn't win the 10,000, but I'm asking you, okay? I'm wondering what you will do if you won a 10,000 Omani riyal, okay? So this is the hypothetical question. And the last type is the leading a question. Leading a question is like the biased question. We say the biased question is giving you the answer within the question, but it is not a clear or unclear way. It's lead the interviewee to answer in a particular way to the answer. Okay, I'm showing you my answer within the question. This is the example. I came across an idea for our group assignment. It looks so good. So I give you the answer. This is that. It looks so good. I give you my opinion. What do you think? I gave you my opinion, which is it looks so good. What do you think? Here you have to say, yes, it looks so good, or you will say no, it's not, for example, and again you are gonna give me explanation why you are thinking it is not good. So this is the leading question. I'm showing you my answer within the question. Okay, so this is the end of part one, which is about questioning. Inshallah, next video will have the types of interviews. I'm gonna upload for you a Word file as an exercise. It will include, or you will have in it, many types of question or many questions. I want you to write the type of that question. Thank you so much and good luck.